Okay. Islam Dwayne Battlefield Bay. Islam, I'm Rhonda Arrington-Bey. I'm just leaving Berkeley. It's about 3:15. It's November the 21st, 2020. Okay. A commercial, Wendy's. You know, Wendy's is right across the street. That's where Imani Gray Bay, another natural, divine, celestial being. His nationality is Moorish American, like me. We reclaim our Moorish nationality in 2015. And then which means also we affirm to uphold the organic instrument, the Constitution of 1787. Now, and that includes the 13th Amendment, 20 sections, and all four of Abraham Lincoln's proclamations. Now, I don't know why. Yes, I can assume. Not say I don't know why, but see now it's still being played. Indianapolis. Now I don't know what. I mean, it's not. I don't. Some people would call them animals, how they play, but I'm trying to. I don't watch regular TV. Imani and I haven't watched regular TV since. Let's see here, since 2010. Except when we came to Annapolis, I think we watched approximately for 4 months the movie channel. And then we went back to videos on our tablet. Now maybe there's some skill here. You see how they're running? And you know, football players make a lot of money. So many nations, because the TV is a satellite, many nations all over the earth, from Europe, Sweden, England, Britain, many some other places, Germany, Italy, and some of these nations rate high in physical health. They rate high in physical health and mental health. The United States is 35 in reference to health. 35, okay? That means that there are 34 other countries that are considered in too many statistics to be civilized in reference to health. That means physical health, and mental health. And you know, we amongst, anyway, I talk to spirits that are able to send forth sharp pains. But you have to be physical healthy to play this game. Look, because I remember when I was, I had a bass. I mean, they didn't hit hard like this, but our bass, I actually put him in the football games. This is years and years and years and years ago. I think it was in it was in about 2010. 2010 I did it. Now look how he's running. So, and then you have people in Australia that's able to tune in. I had a thought about this before. Rome, you remember Rome? So if they're tuning in, that means they're attacking. They said attacking. If they're tuning in, that means that they can actually tune in through your thoughts too. Not your thoughts, but just tune in from the satellite, right? So anyway, I'm trying to see some skills, because you see how they're running, how healthy they are. Look how healthy they are. They strong. You know they're exercising. Watch them run. Let's watch them run. So what they're trying to do is kick the ball in between the two sides. Look how they kicked it in. They pushed it. They pushed the ball. They were able to push the ball inside the two sides. And you got people from China, Japan, Asia, continent of Africa. I don't know. Mexico and El Salvador, South America. So what's interesting is Dwayne Battlefield Bay is what I was thinking about, in reference. I didn't want to say that, because I'm trying to focus on one thought at a time. But if the United States rates 35 in health, okay, 35 in health, there are other countries that are considered healthier in reference to the coronavirus pandemic, okay? The coronavirus pandemic So they had over 3,000 deaths here. Okay. So before the coronavirus pandemic, the entire states, all the states were in red. Okay? All the states are in red because they're saying that when it's red, that means it's below what it should be in health. So there's 34 other nations that are considered to be healthier than the United States jurisdiction. Now, Black or African American is not a nationality. And I thought, I don't know if the football players actually claim a nationality. But Black and African American is not a nationality. I saw pale skins, or those that might be considered white playing football. That's not a nationality either. Hispanic is not a nationality. But yet we see them on TV where many nations, because TV is a satellite, tuning in. They could be from Arabia. Somebody just drove by. It sounded like they said brother. They could be from Arabia or whatever, but they tuning in. So if you can think of slave breeding being a pandemic where you have different nations who invested in slave breeding because of the circulation of sickness or money, because when you're sick you got to go to the hospitals. There's two types of medical systems. You have some hospitals are made for healing, and some hospitals are made for other, when you accept that there are unclean spirits that are able to send forth sharp pains, are made for definitely profit. So how does this connect to what I was just talking about in reference to health? Because the football players, and also knowing that we are among unclean, unnatural species of being with mixed spirit, you don't know what it is. In my experience, a lot of the attacks I've experienced have been from the Black Negro, African American, male and female. And the last thing you want as a divine, natural, celestial being, okay, is one of them to be saying they love you. I would say one of the worst things a natural, divine, celestial being, a true American citizen, will want is one of these unclean, filthy spirits saying they love you, or they love your son. Okay? Then, not only that, stalking you. That means they're using a telepathic code to stalk you. They could be Spanish speaking, from Mexico, El Salvador, or who else, South America, pale skin. But that's the last thing. The most, out of all the spiritual experiences that were in reference to rape and molestation, most was the Black filthy Negro, the African American, male and female, and then the Hispanic. And out of those two, few was Hispanic that actually invaded my dreams to rape. Very few compared, but 95% it was the nasty, low-life, unclean African American. And I'm referring to unclean spirits. Now, if you're not unclean in spirit, unnatural, I'm not talking about you. So, now, if you have all these nations tuning in, okay, so, and they're watching, okay, they're watching, you have hospitals have TVs, okay, and so you have patients that are healing or whatever, watching TV, or in the lobby, they have the TV on. Hospitals is a big business. To be sick, sickness is a business. So you have a lot of people on this landmass who have a form of illness, whether it's cancer. You know, we're among those that are robot, humanoid. I mean, why wouldn't they put them on, who knows? Why wouldn't they put them on TV and to play football, basketball? Why wouldn't they not use them? Because they probably can run up and down, throw the football, and all the while encouraging rape, seeing someone be raped, seeing a sharp pain, saying brother, whatever they can do, because they know that they are slaves. So I was thinking about Rome and the gladiators and how we would watch them on TV, or well, I would say I would watch movies about Rome and how they would have people all around the Colosseum or whatever it was called, and as entertainment. So when you're seeing these football players, and you know we're among a telepathic community, and most of them look to be born on this landmass. I don't call them Americans because I don't know if they've taken an oath or affirmed to uphold constitutional law. They could be an unclean, unnatural spirit, a humanoid robot. So an American Islam, an American, a true American, are those who are from this landmass by blood, all right, and by land. And a true citizen, you would have to have taken an oath or affirmed to uphold laws of freedom, the Constitution of 1787, to be naturalized. Okay, and that is just keeping it 100. So you have foreigners like China or Japan, Korea, Asia, Russia, who else? There's so many. Well, China actually wasn't that high in health, and definitely Mexico would be considered the same as, because they are a step away from being, if not third world. Okay, third world. That means when they come over here, I would say when you are in the classification of third world, you might have very little education in reference to morality or ethics. I think sometimes, I'm not sure, but I told you so many times the Spanish speaking are around the room saying I love you, he loves peace, werewolf at American Extended Stay. She got a lot of magic in her. So, and I've had dreams that look to be possibly from El Salvador, South America, and Mexico. So, if you are coming from what they consider a third world country, and you're trying to live in a better way, a better life, whatever it may be your reason, and you are unnatural, unclean in spirit. And I'm not saying all. If you're not unnatural, not unclean, I'm not talking about you. Then, what will you unnatural, you unclean. What's gonna stop you? Why would you care? You're gonna do what you are told. So when I see the football players, I'm not saying there could be other football players that are Hispanic too, and I don't know, I don't watch regular TV, but mainly I saw the pale skin, what they consider white, but we know that's not a true term, and the black Negro, unless they claim a nationality. playing football. So I was thinking, now, and yet so many times around American extended stay, what I'm demonstrating is slave breeding, and how sick and how demented those that have the telepathic code are. Because I can understand when you're pretending, but when you know when you start to believe the lies, or you get downloads, then you know something wrong, because they're trying to create a false reality. So around American extended stay, I've heard the accent of the pale skin saying 333. Okay, that means some form, they might consider themselves to be white, whatever. But we already know, if they're not in the constitutional fold, but we are among other nations, many nations all around the earth, they have a nationality. I think this landmass is the only nation, not even nation, the only place, maybe in some of the Spanish speaking now, where you can go and see masses of people walk around and not that have been here and don't have a nationality, and have not taken an oath or affirmed to uphold their constitutional laws. Some of the Spanish speaking as well. So you already know they're slaves. They're not only slaves or being used as slaves. You got foreigners tuning in, okay, from that satellite that see them as slaves too. And out of them, the low-life African American is the worst. That's the unclean, unnatural spirit. So Allah is great. It's good to see that. So when I was thinking, I was like, I used to think when I was younger how much money the football players make, and then, not realizing that what I was seeing, because I think things change a lot before we even knew it was changing. So anyway, not even realizing that actually what we were buying into was a form of bondage, and nations are tuning in, looking at them people look like slaves, behave as slaves, and are being used as slaves. Entertainment, Rome, the Colosseum. But you have masses of people, many nations, just tuning in, watching, and investing and making money. So on this landmass, over 300,000, what I remember, died from the corona pandemic. And now they're saying they're going to implement the coronavirus vaccine. And we are among unclean, unnatural, and so you hear them also speak of animals, being among animals and beasts, literally animals and beasts. And now they're going to implement the coronavirus vaccine, or talking about it. So if you know on a landmass is full of beasts, animals, anything but human, okay? But you can make money from them because they're slaves, and you yourself might not be in natural law or natural. Are you going to care? You're going to make money. So those are my thoughts. Yep. So anyway, the TV was still on, and they were still playing football. So they can rape from the TV. They can encourage rape. They can molest. If you're dealing with telepathy, murder, kill, kidnap. So what I'm demonstrating is, when these things happen, it's just not a small situation. And it's not that it's on a large scale, and people are making money from it. So this is how sacrifices happen. You don't know what spirit they're sacrificing to, but they're definitely sacrificing. They're sacrificing, they're killing, and they're doing things out in the open. And they're doing it, and they're letting us know, who have eyes to see, that they know on this landmass in the United States jurisdiction is nothing but animals and beasts. Okay? Or they think that's all, and because you still have Moors, I think, that haven't awakened. You have Anglo-Saxons who are awakening or trying to get themselves into natural law as well. But they let you know that they know that they are beasts and animals. They have no problems killing and recycling a beast and an animal. Are you going to value something that's a beast, an animal, and behave as such, and you know you can just make another one? So when they say brother, my thoughts are, a lot of times it depends on the matter: disease, virus, rape, murder, because that's exactly what they have lived up to be. Is that exactly what their characteristics, their personality? That's the generation that they have definitely created. And it is definitely real, it's true, and that it is what it is. The African proverb. Anyway, I'll talk to you later, Dwayne. I just wanted, because the TV was still on, and I noticed sometimes at Burger King, like when I'm walking, and these unclean black Negro spirits start force mentally engaging, usually male. They just start engaging, or a pale skin might try to say three now to try to demonstrate some form of union, and it might engage a male. But because these are, once again, this is an animal, beast, savage behavior. Okay, and so I thought it was interesting. I would see the football game come on, or hear that it's on, or go to the bathroom on Saturdays, and someone might have said brother. And I was like, and you know that they've been doing this for over 100 years. And they just now have normalized it. Now that they have made people in this landmass behave and accept a form of bondage, they're outside of natural law. They just try to normalize slavery, normalize being in bondage, normalize being among terrorists, rapists, murderers, and everything that you can possibly think an abomination. And you can tell in the statistics. That's why the statistics are so low. Islam.